Welcome to the vlog. So it is Tuesday afternoon at 4 p.m., just past 4 p.m. It's been a super long day of traveling. I got up this morning at like 4:30, went to the airport, hopped on a 6 a.m. flight, and now I'm in New York City. Actually, right in Times Square, which is pretty cool. Jimmy and I actually, and a couple of the other guys, are in town for an event, which is happening tomorrow. And we're just kind of using today to kind of explore a little bit of New York City. We went and had some food earlier, caught some lunch, got rained on a little bit. Went to B&H Photo to take a look at some of the cameras. Actually, some of the more of the point and shoot type cameras. I'm kind of in the market for a new camera. I want to pick up a Canon, but I'm kind of undecided as to which Canon to get, really. I mean, there's so many of them. And also, you know, Sony's not out of the picture either, so that's a possibility too. I'm kind of looking at the Canon M6 at the moment, so if there's any of you out there that are using the M6, maybe you can drop me a comment below and kind of let me know how you like it. There is I can't remember which one, but there is a point and shoot that's kind of out by Canon now that it's kind of slow on the focus. I did have an opportunity to test out the M6, and it focuses pretty quick and pretty well, so I think I kind of like it. I also like the fact that the rear screen actually flips up, so you can see what the lens is seeing just right in front of you when you're recording, so that's kind of helpful for the vlogs. And also the M6 has a external mic input, which is pretty cool, because I can tell you I really dislike having audio trouble with you guys having problems hearing me when you're working in post and editing, and it's kind of tough to make out what I'm saying. So definitely going to do an upgrade of the camera. I'm not really positive on what I'm going to get yet, but I think that the M6 is probably going to be the pick. With some type of omnidirectional microphone, probably one of the Rode microphones. We'll have to take a look and see. But anyway, like I said, it's just past 4 o'clock, and we're going to be meeting up with the guys shortly to have an early dinner, and then some of the guys are going to go to see a Broadway show. You know, last time I caught a Broadway show, it was actually the touring show of Phantom of the Opera, and about a quarter of the way through the show, I fell asleep, like seriously. And anybody will tell you that knows when I sleep, I snore. I mean, it wasn't good. And there were times where I was sleeping and then I would wake up. You know how you kind of drift off and then you wake up? Somehow when I woke up, I knew I could almost like rewind, and I can hear myself snoring, and I knew that I was snoring. And I knew that I was probably being disruptive to the people that were sitting around me. So I'm not really that big of a Broadway type fan. I don't know, they just kind of bore me to death. Some of the other shows, like the Cirque style shows that are more energetic, I like those types of shows, but the Broadway shows, I don't think so. Love the talent, enjoy the talent, but you know, anything more than 30 minutes of that and I'm just out like a light. But anyway, we're gonna go out to Times Square here just after dinner, and we're gonna have a walk around, and we're going to see some sights, you know, maybe, you never know what you're going to get into in Times Square here in New York, so we'll see what we come across. We are on our way on a mission.
It's cold, it's rainy, the weather sucks, but we're getting this done.
We got to get food. The men have to eat. Meat. All right, guys, we just finished eating an amazing dinner with everybody at the table. You got to see some of it. I like to call this place the green and red stoplight, because you flip the little thing over to red, they don't bring the meat. You flip it to green, they bring all this meat, and they don't stop. And it's crazy. You feel like you got to be wheeled out of there in a wheelbarrow. Well, I did not end the vlog from last night, and that's actually the first time that I've done that, to where I haven't actually closed a vlog. But that's okay, because it's the next day and we're in New York City and it's a beautiful day outside and it's not raining like it was last night. So a bit of a recap on last night. We ended up going to dinner, which was pretty good. Actually, it was really good. We went to a Brazilian steakhouse. We have one of those in Miami, but this one was a lot nicer and the food was much better. So we had a really good time doing that. After dinner, a couple of the gang split up and they went to see Wicked on Broadway, the play Wicked, which I've heard many good things about. And the guys told me this morning that they really enjoyed it last night and nobody fell asleep. So the other half of us, we ended up walking around the city. We walked around Times Square, including myself, and we went to Rockefeller Center. And I'll never forget this because now I'm actually had a bit of an expense in Rockefeller Center because I lost my Apple AirPods. Both of them. Gone. Disappeared. An expensive loss, right? So let me tell you what happened. So this thing I call the dental floss kit. This is where the actual AirPods, which are, if you don't know what they are, they're the little Bluetooth dongly things that go in your ear that Apple came up with. Wireless Bluetooth earphones. Yeah, I love them. They're great. A lot of people say that they fall out of your ear. Mine actually stay in my ear. I was concerned about that, and I was on the fence about buying them initially because I was afraid that they wouldn't fit my ear properly and it would just be a waste of money in essence. But I ended up getting these for Christmas from my wife as a gift, which was awesome, and they ended up fitting, so I'm like, wow, this is cool. I really liked them. So what happened was I had this little dental floss kit in my pocket, and I went to pull my phone out in Rockefeller Center to take a photo, and when I pulled my phone out of my pocket, dental floss kit fell on the ground, okay? Went to pick it up, the lid was closed when I looked down. Picked it up, I thought, just dropped it on the ground, put it back in my pocket, walked 15 blocks back to the hotel about an hour later, went in my pocket to go for these, to use them, and they're not there. So I'm like, I knew like right away that these things popped out probably when I dropped it there at Rockefeller Center. So me and the guys walked 15 blocks back to see if we could find these on the ground, and no luck. I mean, I was just hoping I could find one of them, but nope, nothing. So I'm gonna have to get them replaced. Immediately I thought, man, Apple could have done a much better design with this lid and maybe made it to where the magnet was a bit stronger so that if you did drop it, they wouldn't go flying out, but that didn't happen. So it's probably in Apple's best interest to make the lid the way that they did, because losing them is not a loss for them, it's a loss for you and a gain for them because you're going back to replace them, right? But that's okay. We'll take care of that when we get back to Miami. But brighter news, it's the next day, the sun is shining, it's not raining, and we're gonna go to Central Park to ride bikes. So, here we go.
Yes, sir. Yep. Thank you.
I have never ridden a bike and filmed at the same time. This is new, but very cool. Jimmy, how you doing? We made it. So we actually had to pull over for a pit stop because of some of the hills that I just showed you. We're not expecting that. Like treacherous hills, like calf and thigh hurting hills. There's where we pulled over. Keep the park clean canteen. We got some waters. Dario's over there in the shade. And we're just trying to catch our breath because we still got half a park left. Dario says we're only pedaling for about 4 minutes, but it was more like 4 hours. So we just finished riding bikes in Central Park. 8 miles, 4 minutes.
Was it?
Is that accurate?
Then we decided to have some healthy food. No, it was 4 miles something. The full circle is like 4.5 miles.
So we're getting a quick bite, and then I got to run to the airport because it's now 2 o'clock, and we just got here, and I got a flight at 5. So we're going to be on the move. Jimmy?
Uh-oh, what?
It's Mo Cool.
What did you do?
You're not going to believe this.
I think I am.
I missed my freaking flight.
Dude,
What am I going to do now?
unbelievable.
Like, what am I going to do now? That was the last flight out of New York.
That was the last flight out of New York. There was nothing else? What about, did you check with one of the other airports or anything?
No, not yet. I guess I'm going to have to call American Airlines.
Yeah, give them a call. And I would think that there has to be some other flights you could take.
Ugh, I'm going to be late home, man. Albina's going to kill me. This is crazy.